Hello, everybody, and today's topic is why beta readers can't fix your book. Before you jump onto me, I am not against beta readers, but the uncomfortable truth beta readers are not fixing your book. In fact, they might be the reason why your book is not working. You might think that getting feedback will solve your problem, but what if it's exactly what's making your writing worse? And if you have sent your draft to 5, 10, even 20 people and you still feel confused after reading their comments, yeah, this is for you. In this video, you're going to understand why beta readers often fail you, even if they mean well. More importantly, you will learn what actually fixes your book. By the end of this video, you will stop chasing that feedback and start making real improvement. The very first mistake I see authors making is treating beta readers like editors. They are not your editor. You think beta readers will fix your book, but they won't because that's not their job. Beta readers react. They are the normal public. Editors diagnose, and that's the difference. You are expecting structure, clarity, and solutions from people who are only trained to say, something feels off here. And that's where things break. I worked with a writer who sent her manuscript to 12 beta readers. 12. Sound productive, right? But here is what she got. The pacing feels slow. I didn't connect with the main character. The middle dragged a bit. Now, that sounds useful. But when I asked her what exactly is causing the pacing issue, she had no answer. Because none of her beta readers could tell that. They felt the problem, but they couldn't identify the root. So, what did she do? She started randomly cutting scenes, adding new ones, tweaking dialogues, basically guessing, and the manuscript got worse. Authors, when you send your book to beta readers, try to separate your feedback from analysis. Beta readers are giving feedback, but you or a skilled editor must do the analysis. Instead of asking, do you like this? Ask, where exactly did you feel bored? Which scenes made you lose interest? Now you're collecting data, not vague options. Mistake number 2, listening to conflicting feedback. Here is when things get messy. One beta reader says, the pacing is too slow. Another says, it felt rushed. And now you're stuck. Do you slow it down or speed it up? You try to please both, but you end up pleasing none. A writer once showed me a feedback where he got the feedback from 8 beta readers. It was chaos, the feedback. I love the ending. The ending didn't land on me. The protagonist is relatable. I didn't care about the protagonist. Completely opposite opinions. One was saying positive, the another was saying negative. It was such a mixed type of review. So what did he do? He tried to fix everything. Like he wrote the ending 3 times, changed the character arc, adjusted the tone, and after all that, the story was not something which he himself wrote. It was something which got converted into something else entirely. It was not his own unique identity, just to please his writer. So in this instance, what actually works? Follow feedback critically. Just don't follow them blindly. You need to look for patterns. If one person says, just ignore it, one person. But if 5 persons point to the same thing, then you need to pay attention because pattern reveals the truth. Individual opinion doesn't. So this is one of my tips which I can give you. Do not take an action on the manuscript until and unless 3 beta readers point it out at once. This will save you months and months of time. You can ask this question now. What if my writers give me very detailed feedback? Like if there is someone and you have sent them a lot of questions, detailed question, and they're giving you very detailed answers. So what about them? Great, but still don't follow them blindly. Depth is not equals to accuracy. Even detailed feedback can be wrong. Look for patterns always. Mistake number 3, asking the wrong people. Yeah. Let's be honest, we all have done this. So most beta readers are your friends, your family, or random people who just like reading. And that's a problem because liking book does not equals to understanding storytelling. One of my writers, they shared their story with their family, their friends, and the response was very positive. He saw comments like, this is amazing, I loved it, you should publish this. So she said, yeah. And then the reviews came in. The story fell flat, the characters lacked depth, It didn't hold my attention. So what happened? Her beta readers were not being honest. Or worse, they didn't know what to look for. Now what actually works? You need the right kind of reader. Not just someone who read, but someone who reads in your genre. Someone who understands the expectations. Someone who can notice when something feels off, even if they fully don't understand it. You can find 5 to 8 beta readers who regularly read your genre. You can find them on Goodreads and partner with them. They can articulate your thought properly and they aren't afraid to give you an honest opinion. So quality is much more important than quantity always. I'll link some of the website down below where you can search for beta readers and find them. But as I said, search accordingly. Quantity doesn't matter much, quality matters much more than that. Mistake number 4, trying to fix surface level issues. This is a big one. You get feedback like, this dialogue specific feels awkward. Some sentences are clunky. So you start polishing, tweaking, refining. But here is the truth. If your structure is broken, no amount of polishing will fix it. One of my clients spent weeks improving her prose, making every sentence sharper, more elegant, more professional. But when we look at the story, the core conflict was weak. The stakes were unclear, the middle had no direction, and all the polishing did nothing. It was like painting over a cracked wall. Looks better, still broken. So what actually works? Like what can actually fix this problem? You need to understand the structure first. Your plot, pacing, conflict, then the characters. What is their motivation? What is their depth? The third is scene execution. You need to look at the scenes. Like you need to look at them from a bird eye view. Then only you will be able to understand. Fourth part is language. So most of them I see writers do them reverse. Like they look at the language first, then scenes, then character, then structure. But structure is really important when you are seeing your book. That's why they get stuck. But before you edit a sentence, ask yourself, is the story itself working? If it's not, start polishing, start restructuring. Mistake number 5. This mistake is also very common. Depending on feedback instead of developing skill. Like, yes, this is actually there. So we kind of depend on feedback instead of, developing our own skill. So I believe this is one of the biggest mistakes which we do with ourselves. And it's very subtle. You start relying on beta readers to tell you what's wrong instead of learning to see it yourself. An author kept sending her draft to beta readers, every version, every time, and each round he waited for someone else to tell him what to fix. Years passed and he was still stuck because he never developed the skill to evaluate on his own. You need to become your own first editor. Not perfect, but aware. You should be able to read your draft and think, this scene is dragging, this character isn't working, the conflict feel weak. That awareness changes everything. After finishing your draft, wait 7 days at least. Then read it like a stranger or read it aloud. No editing, just observing. You will notice more than that you think. Yeah, you will notice things which you weren't able to understand when you were writing. But you might say, but I am too biased to judge my own work. Yes, at first, but it's a skill. And if you don't build it, you will always depend on others. The first editing must be done by the writer itself. So they should be having an idea about how the manuscript is working. Here's the truth most writers don't want to hear. Beta readers don't fix your books, they expose problems. And it's really important to get the feedback, but they're only exposing the problems. That's it. And if you don't know how to interpret those problems, you will stay stuck in an endless feedback loop. More opinion, more confusion, no real progress. And this is why most people fail with beta reading. Yeah, they fail. They outsource thinking. They want clarity. They're asking for clarity from others instead of building it themselves. But writers who improve, they usually use feedback differently. They don't chase more opinion. They build systems, structure, and they understand storytelling at a deeper level. They see the difference. So here's my question for you. How many beta readers have you used? And are you actually clearer because of it or more confused? Please drop your answer in the comment. And if this make you rethink how to approach feedback, please like this, subscribe, because we are not here to write more. We are here to write better. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.